Hi guys. So today we are going to Robben Island. We're on our way there. On our way there now. What time is it? Like 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning. My belly's still hurting. Me and Jonathan are wearing matching tops. Obviously his says Johnny on it and mine says Real.
Everybody ready, yeah?
Yes. Oh. Stalled again. Don't say anything. We know already. So we just got to the waterfront. We're just getting, well, we just had a security check. Now getting on the boat.
My brother from another mother. Are you all together?
Yeah.
Step up there, guys, and show me your best smiley smile.
I think we should go upstairs.
Full of full.
Oh. Alright, well we're stuck downstairs then. That boat trip was literally like the worst thing ever. Like it was so bumpy. Alison thought he was going to be sick. Jonathan thought he was going to be sick. At one point I picked up the sick bag as well, just because I thought I was going to be sick. Bit of a tight squeeze on there, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like we can barely film this. Look.
Hello there to everybody. Can everybody hear me? But I can't hear you. Should we do it again? Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome aboard. Welcome to Robben Island. Welcome to South Africa, by the way. My name is Wendy and I'm with my colleague Albert. Let's just say hi to Albert. Our tour is divided into two parts. We're starting with a bus tour around for the history and background of Robben Island. The second part will be a visit to the prison. That's what you came here for, right? Where you'll meet one of the former political prisoners who will be sharing his personal stories with you. And you'll also have a chance to see where Nelson Mandela and other political leaders were kept. The limestone quarry, an area where all political leaders used to perform their hard labor. They were promised that they would work here for 6 months, but 6 months ended up to be 13.5 years. There were no machines provided here. They only used primitive tools like hand picks, shovels, spades, and sometimes they would dig with their hands. This is the only building that is still existing of the people with leprosy. Reason being, the land doesn't belong to the state, but privately owned by the Anglican Church of South Africa. The houses in this village dates back to the Second World War. So people used to stay on the island with the guards and people who worked for the armed forces. But today, staff members of Robben Island Museum occupy these houses. And the crime rate here is 0. We don't even have a police station. Every Valentine's Day, we host weddings at the same church. Last year's Valentine's, we had 15 couples, marking the 15 years of us hosting weddings on the island. And I can say we've managed to change this place of tears and banishment into a place of good memories and sharing love.
Do you know what this bit reminds me of? When we went to the southernmost tip. Yeah. It reminds me of the thing as well. There's Table Mountain, guys. Just over there. The lady was saying that the prisoners here constantly looked over at Table Mountain because it gave them hope that there was like freedom and stuff. So, yeah.
South Africa introduced some past laws, and these laws were meant to control the influx of black people in this country. But when I say black people, what do I mean? In the political context of the time, it meant non-whites. If you're an Indian or colored, you were classified into various racial clusters. And if you're an African, you were classified as black. And there was a booklet which was called a dog bus, It was designed for black people to carry 24 hours a day. It was a booklet that looked like a passport or an ID book. It had your face, and just below your face it would state where you come from. And Dom is an Afrikaans term meaning stupid. So black people had to carry these stupid books wherever they're going, and they restricted them into certain areas and at certain times. And if the police would catch you without a Dom pass, you'd face an imprisonment of 6 months or a fine of 60 rands. But during those days, it was a 4-month salary for a black person.
Well, apparently we're now going into prison. We're going to be locked in prison for about 45 minutes. This is where they sleep. Yeah, they do look really hard.
So in this section, it is F section. This is F section. Now let's take it from the beginning. All these guys, they were charged more or less the same charge during apartheid times. Most of them, they were charged with sabotage and treason, because they were seen as terrorists by the apartheid government. And remember, those prisoners were all wearing short-sleeved shirts and shorts, no underwears, no shoes on, and big cap with big chains close to each other, working 2 by 2, being beaten with all those scars, those pain, but still they had to walk barefooted from that harbor to this prison, barefooted. Unlike you, they never used the bus. Remember, the only men who are in this prison, blacks, coloreds, and Indians. But those guys were not treated the same inside this prison. Yes, the punishment was the same. The punishment was the same. Physical punishment, hard labor, being beaten, the same. Coloreds, Indians, blacks, all of them. But when it comes to uniform and meals, it was not the same. Blacks were wearing shorts and short-sleeved shirts only. Coloreds were allowed to wear the whole uniform, including Indians. Those guys were being fed that powder. The very same people were being expected to break big stones every day. Where will we get the energy from? But yes, coloreds and Indians sometimes would get this kind of meal, a bit of meat, a bit of jam. Until 1978, 40 years, they'd be sleeping on this floor. How painful is that? Remember, these windows were not here. It was only these bars. Just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, this is an island. Those rains, those winds, those cold weathers. Sleeping on this floor, and every morning, no matter how cold it is, they will wake you up and go to the shower in the morning to prepare to go and work on the quarries. You shower with cold water, sea water, with salt. From this condition, from that condition, still you go to that condition and go and shower with salt water. Black people in our country were not even allowed to share same restaurants, same toilets, same buses with white people, even same chairs. Those were the laws being created by the apartheid government to oppress black people in South Africa. Those people have no rights in our country. Hunger strike, they wouldn't eat for days. That is how they could hear them. The longest hunger strike, it took them 11 days without food. The very same guy who's not eating for 11 days is expected to break big stones and build this prison. Where will you get the energy from for 11 days without food? They are not made of iron, they are human beings. Yes, there was a doctor's office or a hospital where they were supposed to be helped, but that was a place of humiliation to them. Whenever they get sick, sometimes in that doctor's office, the doctor will come after 3 months. Whenever an old guy is sick, diabetes or pneumonia or any sickness, go to that place, you would find there's no doctor, but 4 young boys at the age of 19 years old would ask this old guy to sleep naked and ask the old guy to dance for them while he's sick. Young boys at the age of 19 years old dance. How cruel is that? I tend to think sometimes those people were not humans. There was no humanity in these people. Whenever some of them having problems of toothache, they would ask an old man to open his mouth and use something they call it pliers to take out his tooth. How painful is that? No matter how painful or how it is the tooth, they would use pliers. Sometimes when they were beating an old guy, if the guy is bleeding, they would put some powder, something on that scar to make it worse, to make it more painful. Why?
Er al mijn favoriete van Arjun
This is their toilet.
Mandela's best friend, Walter Sisulu, was in one of the cells. Ahmad Kathrada was also in one of those cells. Nelson Mandela was also in one of those cells. We'll go inside later. I know it's very hot, but this is nothing what you see today. It gets very hot in this island. Look at my complexion. I was yellow when I came here. Okay, this is B section. Now we are on top of the courtyard. This is the courtyard. And maybe you've seen this on movies, but this is all a lie. You can never go and walk on the quarries and take the stones and bring them to the prison and chop them here. No, no, no. This picture was taken only when the media was here, just to lie to the outside world. And this picture here too, it's a lie too. They're portraying here as if these guys were wearing the whole uniform. Not at all. These guys were wearing shorts, even in winter. Mandela never wore this. It's a lie. And this place, they used to play tennis. This is where they were playing. You can see the lines in this place. These lines were here from 1960s. Tennis was not just a sport to them, but a way of sending messages to the young guys in A section on the other side. Whenever they play tennis, they would take the tennis ball and cut it in half and put a small letter in it, and Nelson will hit the tennis ball very hard to the other side, and the boys on that side will be waiting for the ball and catch it smoothly and take the tennis ball. That is how they were sending letters. When the authorities or the guards will be there with their dogs, they won't notice that for years. Very small, huh? And remember that guy was very tall.
So how long was he in this prison, in this cell?
18. These are single cells, one person per cell. Single cells.
I think that was like probably one of the best tours that I've been on so far. No? One of the best tours you've been on so far.
Oh yeah.
I think it definitely was one of the best tours. Like the guy was so passionate. I think it's just because he wanted people to understand like the pain and shit that they've been through. Because I think a lot of people in the like tour people, like the people that came with us, I think they started to feel a bit bad. But yeah, if you ever come to South Africa, I do recommend coming to Robben Island because it is a sick tour.
It was only like £12 per person as well.
Was it?
Like,
£12?
Yeah.
Yeah. People must have been so happy when they left.
And imagine walking like down here.
This is literally the exit they would walk out or they would come out of. Yeah. But they must have been so happy. It's so windy up here. We're having to sit like this because it's so cold. It's fucking freezing. Nearly back. No, I said nearly back.
Oh,
I started leaning back. Shall we play some chess?
You're gonna have to.
Why? It's sick though. It's massive. I don't even know the words. Tomorrow at 9. Hi guys, so we've just left Jonathan's dad's cousin's house, Desiree. She's just setting up the braai barbecue for you guys in London. But yeah, we're just on the beach at the moment. What's it called? Eden
by the bay.
Eden on Bay. Eden on Bay? But yeah, we're basically, yeah, something like that. And this is basically the view of it right now. Looks absolutely amazing. Me and Jonathan were saying if we was to ever live here, these are basically the type of houses that we'd get because they're sick. Look at them. Yes, for you, modern. You go, girl.